Hello dear viewers. Today, we will explore together the arduous and challenging journey of American fishermen when catching hundreds of tons of king crab, one of the most valuable seafood in the cold sea of Alaska. From the preparation stage before the trip, the catching process to the processing of crabs and the economic value that this crab brings. All are proof of the resilience and perseverance of the people who work day and night at sea. Alaska is known as a cold land with pristine nature and extremely rich marine resources. One of the gifts that the sea bestows upon this place is king crab, a giant crab that is not only famous for its outstanding size but also for its special delicious taste. King crabs often live at depths of 200 to 400 meters, where the seabed is cold and full of challenges. Harvesting them requires not only modern technology but also the perseverance and teamwork of the fishermen. Before the journey begins, the fishermen must carefully prepare every step, from checking the ship, maintaining the machinery to preparing the giant crab traps. Everything is done meticulously to ensure the fishing trip is safe and effective. The crab traps, also known as pot traps, are specially designed to withstand great pressure at the bottom of the deep sea. They are attached with bait, usually fresh fish, to attract the crabs to crawl in. In addition, weather forecasts and monitoring the sea conditions are an indispensable part, because sudden storms or big waves can seriously endanger both the ship and the fishing crew. When everything is ready, the ship leaves the port and heads into the seas rich in king crabs. This journey is not for the faint-hearted, because the fishermen have to work day and night in harsh weather conditions. After reaching the correct coordinates, the crab traps are lowered into the sea. This requires precision, as each trap weighs hundreds of kilograms and needs to be anchored securely before being attached to a buoy for easy retrieval. The waiting time usually lasts from 12 to 24 hours, long enough for the king crabs to find and crawl into the traps. The moment of pulling the traps up is always a thrilling and challenging task. Machines will assist in pulling each heavy trap to the surface, while the fishermen have to work urgently on the slippery deck. The qualified crabs will be carefully collected, while the smaller or unqualified ones will be released back into the sea to ensure the sustainable development of this species. Under the bitter cold and strong waves, handling the crab traps requires high concentration, as even a small mistake can lead to injury or endanger life. King crab fishing is considered one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. The risk of facing storms, big waves and freezing temperatures is always present. However, with optimism and solidarity, the fishermen still persevere. Each trap full of crabs pulled up is a proud achievement, a testament to their tireless efforts. After the crabs are harvested, the processing stage is carried out right on the boat to ensure freshness. The qualified crabs will be cleaned and preserved in modern refrigeration or freezing systems. They are then transported to processing plants, where they are classified, packaged and exported around the world. King crabs bring huge economic value. With their large size and excellent meat quality, they have become a luxury dish on the banquet tables of many countries. Especially in Japan, Korea and China, the price of king crabs can reach hundreds of dollars per crab, bringing significant income to fishermen as well as contributing to the economic development of the U.S. seafood industry. For fishermen, each king crab fishing season is not only an economic opportunity but also a source of pride. They not only exploit valuable resources but also contribute to protecting the marine environment through strict regulations on the size and quantity of crabs allowed to be caught. Although life at sea is full of challenges, optimism and team spirit are always the driving force to help them overcome difficulties. The journey to catch king crab in Alaska is a story of perseverance, courage and love for the ocean. Each crab pulled up is a testament to the fishermen's tireless efforts. Once the king crabs are harvested and carefully processed on board, their journey does not end. They are transported to the nearest seaport or processing plant for further packaging and storage. Here, the processing is carried out in a strict environment to ensure quality and preserve the inherent nutritional value of the king crab. When the ship arrives at the port, crates of fresh crabs are unloaded using a modern crane system. The port workers, who are familiar with the fast pace of work, begin sorting the crabs based on size and quality. Large, healthy crabs are prioritized for immediate processing, while smaller or less qualified crabs are processed in a different way to ensure that precious resources are not wasted. At the processing plants, the king crabs are cleaned with cold seawater to remove impurities. This process helps preserve the natural flavor of the crab, while ensuring that the crab meets food safety standards before reaching consumers. After cleaning, the crabs are processed in different ways depending on market demand. Some are preserved whole for export, while others are separated and packaged into separate parts such as crab legs, crab claws or crab bodies for easy consumption. Modern freezing technology plays an extremely important role in preserving the quality of king crab. Immediately after processing, the crabs are put into ultra-low temperature flash freezing systems. This process helps lock in the flavor and nutritional value, while extending the shelf life for up to several months without affecting the quality. Thanks to this, king crabs from Alaska can reach every corner of the world, from high-end restaurants in Tokyo to bustling seafood markets in Shanghai. King crabs not only bring great economic value but are also a symbol of luxury and class. In Asian cuisines, king crabs often appear in special occasions such as weddings, festivals or luxurious meetings. The sweet, fragrant, firm taste of king crab meat not only conquers diners but also makes the dish a source of pride for chefs. In addition to economic and culinary value, catching king crabs also contributes to promoting the sustainable development of the seafood industry. The US government has applied many strict policies to protect marine resources. Fishing vessels must comply with crab yield and size limits, ensuring that only mature crabs are harvested. This not only helps maintain the crab population in the wild but also creates conditions for future generations of fishermen to continue to enjoy the benefits that the sea brings. For fishermen, each king crab fishing trip is a challenging adventure. Not only do they face harsh nature, they also have to fight against big waves, freezing cold and lurking dangers. But it is in these difficulties that they find joy, solidarity and the profound meaning of their work. Each crab pulled up from the bottom of the sea is a testament to their tireless dedication, a worthy reward for their days of hard work. Perhaps no one understands the value of king crab better than the fishermen themselves. For them, this crab is not only a source of income but also a source of pride. A story of patience and love for the ocean. Despite facing many difficulties, they are always optimistic and believe in a bright future. It is that spirit that creates the strength for them to overcome all challenges and continue their journey to conquer the ocean. We, the consumers, when enjoying each piece of delicious king crab meat, not only feel the wonderful flavor but also appreciate more the silent efforts behind. It is the effort of people who have sacrificed their time, health and safety to bring back precious gifts from the sea. In addition to the touching stories about king crab fishing, we also need to mention the significant challenges that the seafood industry has to face. Climate change, environmental pollution, and overexploitation are serious problems that directly affect the living environment of king crabs and other marine species. Therefore, not only the fishermen, but also communities and governments must work together to protect and sustain marine resources. One of the most important measures is to apply strict management policies and encourage responsible fishing. The Alaska government and marine conservation organizations have worked closely to establish no-take areas and fishing time limits to ensure that the king crab population has enough time and space to reproduce and develop. In addition, modern technology such as GPS and radar systems also help fishing vessels accurately determine permitted fishing areas, avoiding unwanted impacts on sensitive ecological areas. Not only that, many non-profit organizations and local fishing communities have also participated in research projects to protect the marine environment. These projects include monitoring changes in crab populations, restoring coral reefs and seabeds that provide important habitat for king crabs. These efforts not only help protect the natural environment, but also help ensure that the fishing industry continues to thrive for generations to come. For fishermen, protecting the ocean is not just a duty, but also a way for them to show their gratitude to nature. They understand that the ocean is the source of life, the place where their families have been nurtured for generations. Therefore, many fishermen have voluntarily participated in programs to release baby crabs back into the ocean, contributed to educating the community about environmental protection, and even participated in campaigns to clean up waste on the ocean. Overall, the story of the Alaskan king crab is not just a story about a valuable seafood but also a testament to the close connection between humans and nature. It is a story of hard work, sacrifice, and responsibility for the living environment. It reminds us that, to have delicious dishes on the table, behind it is a lot of sweat, effort and passion of people attached to the sea. Looking back on this whole journey, we not only admire the resilience of the fishermen but also are inspired to appreciate more what nature has given us. King crab is not only a luxury dish but also a symbol of human enthusiasm and tireless dedication. And it is thanks to these values that this crab has been and is leaving a deep impression on diners around the world. With faith and hope for a brighter future, let's protect the marine environment, support sustainable fishing efforts and share meaningful stories like this with more people. Once again, thank you for joining us on this wonderful journey of discovery. See you in the next stories. Behind the majestic beauty of the Alaskan Sea, the story of king crab has a deeper meaning, a lesson in the balance between exploitation and conservation. No one can deny that the king crab fishing industry has brought huge economic benefits, not only to the fishermen but also to the entire Alaska region. However, to maintain this value in the long term, it requires the cooperation of all stakeholders, from fishermen, scientists, to the government and the community. The most important thing we learn from Alaskan fishermen is respect for nature. For them, each king crab is not just a product to sell but also a testament to the generosity of the ocean. They understand that without a healthy marine environment, this precious resource will gradually be depleted. Therefore, they always strive to minimize their impact on the ecosystem, from using environmentally friendly fishing equipment to strictly following regulations on quotas and crab sizes allowed to be exploited. Moreover, the development of Alaska's tourism industry has also contributed to making the image of king crab a unique cultural symbol. Tours to visit fishing boats, experience direct crab fishing or enjoy dishes made from king crab have attracted millions of tourists every year. This not only helps increase economic value but also raises people's awareness of the importance of protecting the marine environment. In the context of the world facing many environmental challenges, the story of Alaskan king crab becomes more meaningful than ever. It is not only a story of human efforts and successes but also a reminder that we need to act today to protect what nature has given us. Small steps, from reducing plastic waste, supporting sustainable fishing, to getting involved in marine conservation campaigns, can make a big difference. The journey to discover the world of king crabs is not just about stories about people or products, but also opens the door for us to reflect on the relationship between humans and nature. It is a relationship that requires understanding, respect and cooperation to work together towards a sustainable future. And it is from stories like these that we love and appreciate the beauty of the ocean, as well as the people who work with it day and night. Often proud, the stories of Alaskan fishermen and their journey to conquer king crabs are not only their own stories, but also inspiration for all of us, people who constantly dream and strive to achieve our goals. The ocean is always full of mysteries and challenges, but it is also a place that brings countless opportunities if people know how to exploit it sustainably. The Alaskan king crab, with its great beauty and value, is a strong testament to that. Each crab, each boat trip, each drop of sweat of the fisherman is a blend of humans and nature, of patience and faith in the future. Day after day, the Alaskan fishermen continue their journey on the white-capped waves, facing the bitter cold and unpredictable storms. But they are not simply workers, but also guardians, protectors and preservers of the beauty of the ocean. Each king crab they bring back not only represents success, but also affirms that humans and nature can develop together in harmony if we know how to appreciate and protect each other. In the bustling atmosphere of Alaskan ports, the image of fishing boats loaded with king crab, smiling fishermen sharing their work with colleagues and families, has become a symbol of the spirit of work and solidarity. Here, traditional values are always preserved, and the young generation follows in the footsteps of their ancestors, carrying the dream of building a better life in this cold land. The story of Alaskan king crab not only ends with impressive figures in terms of output or economic value, but also opens a new perspective on how humans can live in harmony with nature. It reminds us that every action, every decision leaves a mark not only for the present but also for the future. And no matter how the world changes, sustainable values, patience and love for nature will always be the guiding principles for our journey. Saying goodbye to the Alaskan Sea with its giant king crabs, we return with deep gratitude and valuable lessons. The ocean is not only a place that contains invaluable resources, but also a great teacher, teaching people how to appreciate, protect and share. That is the lesson that the king crab has brought, and it is also the legacy that we need to pass on to future generations.